Tired of grinding your badges and playing my career? Hit up Wish Grinders on Twitter or Instagram for the fastest and most legit badge grinding services. They are now taking next gen orders. The link will be in the description.
I got digital dash, can't ride with a op. I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned up the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flooded with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high, right through your block and I drop off the top and I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitches say.
Yo, what's up to YouTube? It's your boy Fitz back with yet another video. Today I'll cut you guys with the best takeover, ranking every takeover in the game. It's not 8 no more, it's 24 of these things. So if you haven't already, go ahead, leave a like on this video. Just trying to show any type of support. It's gonna help you go to the recommended a lot easier. Subscribe if you're new. We on that road to 100K, really close to 60K. But yeah, it's pretty simple. If you want to show support, like. If you're new to the channel, so drop that sub without no more talking. Without further ado, let's go ahead. Hop straight into it. Alright, so first things first, let's discuss how it works. When it came to the plus 10s and the plus 5s, it's no longer plus 10s on anything. You only get up to plus 8 now and plus 5. Now, when it comes to code works the same way. When it comes to plus 8, it works the same way as plus 10s did. So if you remember on current gen, the things that got plus 10 for certain takeovers, you still get that. It doesn't really like split it up for different types of takeover. So if you had sharp takeover, any of the sharp takeovers, you just depended on what you chose. It doesn't change on depending on what you chose. As long as it's a sharp take, it's gonna give you the same thing as sharp takeover did on current gen. Just the same thing with slasher, same thing with playmaker, same thing with shot creator, same thing with post, same thing with lock, all that. So yeah, when it comes to plus 8s, you're gonna get the same thing. So pretty much the only one that's gonna give you plus 8 to 3-pointer is going to be sharp take. And when it comes to these takeovers, people don't know this, but you don't actually have to have double takeover for both plus 10s or plus 8s to be activated. So pretty much if you have slasher with sharp, all you have to do is have slasher activated and you're gonna be able to get the plus 8 for sharp takeover to your shooting and the plus 8 to everything that slasher is gonna do. So you can make your dual takeover based off that too. If you don't want to be getting dual takeover every game, you can just pick their second takeover for what you want to be able to get for your plus 8s. So yeah, just wanted to get that out the way off rip. A lot of people needed to know that. So yeah, let's go ahead, hop straight into it. Alright, so coming in at last place for the takeovers is going to be Team Badge Boost. Increases the effectiveness of your teammates' offensive badges for a period of time after passing them the ball. So pretty much what this is going to do is make your teammates' badges work a lot better. So, you know what I'm saying? Pretty just going to make their badges work a lot better. This is a game that doesn't necessarily even need badges. Get that straight off rip. So this could be overpowered. That's what takeover is supposed to be. Ability to help you be able to take over. It just don't seem like a necessary takeover that you have to have. So yeah, it has to come in that last place. Spoiler alert, almost all the takeovers that have to do with badge dropping or badge enhancing, they're gonna be important. Now, with that being said, I'd rather have something dropping badges than something enhancing badges. Because you don't already need badges. So if you're enhancing, it's not really doing much because you already have those badges. You know what I'm saying? But if you're taking away badges, certain badges can actually be kind of important. Like if you take away a badge like Lossy, the finisher, you don't necessarily need it, but it helps a lot. So the finisher, posterizer, if you're taking away certain badges, it can make a difference. So yeah, a badge like interior badge drop can make a pretty big difference. So yeah, that's going to be the second worst badge. It's not as bad as the other one, but it's definitely not a top tier badge. Next is going to be another badge drop, but instead of interior, it's going to be the perimeter badge drop. Now this is going to be dropping opposition's offensive badges down a tier when getting near them on perimeter. So pretty much this is going to be any offensive. You know what I'm saying? Interior is going to be any interior. Perimeter is going to be any perimeter. So this is not gonna be like just gonna be taking down badges like posterizer, velocity finisher. It's gonna be taking down pretty much any offensive. Just like interiors would do the same thing, but you have to be closer to them in the interior. The reason I say perimeter is because everyone wants to ISO, so I really feel like there's a less likelihood of you dealing with having to deal with this type of thing, because people aren't going to be going into post. You're not going to be playing post scores nearly as much as you're going to be playing people that are trying to ISO from the perimeter. That's really what I'm trying to say. So I feel like you're going to be actually getting this to work more than the interior one. So yeah, perimeter badge drop comes in at the 3rd worst badge on this list. So yeah, there's 24 takeovers. We already got 3 of them out the way, so we got 21 more to go. Alright, next. Now this could be an underrated one, but still coming in at the 4th worst one is going to be Team Takeover Boost. Boosted players, or boost the progress of each of your teammates' takeover meters when activated. This can be overpowered. It can kind of be like Team Takeover without having Team Takeover in a way. But I feel like, you know what I'm saying, like it depends on how big of a boost it does, which it doesn't do the craziest boost. But if you have certain badges like Heat Seeker, Hot Shot, this can make an actual pretty big difference. So, like I said, man, it can be overpowered used in the right way. But if it can help people get off cold, it can help people go from no takeover to half takeover. It can even help people go from half to 2 takeover. Just really depends. So yeah, I'm gonna say that could be overpowered, but it still comes in at the 4th worst badge or takeover in the game. Alright, next is going to be team rating boost. Now this is actually going to be a bigger deal than badge, because the reason why people can dunk so well is because everybody has high dunks. The reason why people can shoot so well is because people have high shooting rating. The reason why people can do a lot of these things so well is because you have such high ratings. If you can get even higher ratings, this can make a big deal. Now, if you already have like a ratings like 99, that is a reason why this is so low on the list. But if you can be helping people get to certain thresholds, certain tiers, that's going to be making a big, big difference. This is not like if this was on a game like current gen, where like, say for instance, you're helping your teammates get to be able to do, let's say like, be able to have an 86 speed ball, 86 ball handle. That would make a big difference. But on a game like this where you can literally have that off rip, that's not, you know what I'm saying, that's not that big of a deal. So yeah, team ratings boost would be a lot higher on a different type of game, but when in a game where everybody can do everything, it's not as big of a deal, but it does make a big difference. So yeah, it does come in at the 5th worst badge or takeover in the game. But yeah. Alright, next is going to be post playmaking. Boost your teammates' offensive abilities when passing out to them from the post. So pretty much this is going to be pretty overpowered for post scores. So anytime you're in a post, if you pass out of the post, you're going to be pretty much having dimer off your post automatically, especially if you have takeover. So yeah, post playmaking, actually very good. But in a game like this where everybody can shoot, don't even necessarily need badges to help people shoot, it's not really that necessary. It's just going to be giving a big boost. So can't help, but this isn't a game that's difficult to shoot at all. So if this was on current gen, like I said, if this was on current gen, it would be a very good help, very big help, but it's not. Another takeover that actually can help a lot of people is a takeover like glass screen dimes. I feel like this is going to be a takeover that can be utilized more than a post score takeover, because you're going to be getting boards and passing out instead of just being in a post and passing out. Now, if you are a post, you're going to be in a post the whole time. So most likely, if you're a post, you're going to have a post score takeover. So that would actually be pretty overpowered. But at the same time, I feel like glass clearing dimes is going to be boosting your teammates' offensive attributes. These are pretty much the same thing. It's just for post and glass clearing. They're pretty much like a tie. I would say it's like a tie. I would say glass clearing dimes is a little bit better because it's just off of any type of rebound. So pretty much if you getting a rebound for somebody, it's going to be a big deal. But I feel like it's not going to be as overpowered because of, you know what I'm saying, offensive rebounds. It's only going to be really like relevant off of defensive rebounds. And with that being said, you still don't need a specific takeover boost to help you shoot on this game. So yeah, I don't really see how that's that big of a difference in having the takeover. I feel like it's kind of like you could choose a lot better takeovers for your build. So yeah. All right, next is limitless range. This is a takeover that people complain about a lot. It's not a bad takeover by no means, but people say they don't feel like it does anything. It does stuff, but like you don't need deep threes to shoot deep. You get deep threes, you can shoot even further. You don't need limitless range to shoot deep. You can use deep threes, but if you get limitless range on top of deep threes, you can shoot even further. So, I mean, like, if you really want to shoot from half court consistently, with Takeover, limitless range is a takeover for you, but like it's not necessary, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, just that simple. So yeah, limitless range is gonna be a takeover that gonna be in the middle ground. I feel like people trying to get them to buff it. I don't really feel like it needs a buff, you know what I'm saying? I feel like what they thought it was gonna do is what spot up precision does, and you can always change your takeover. They can't change it right now because it's like a glitch in the game, but when they fix it, they are gonna fix it, hopefully. You know, you never know with 2K, but yeah, whenever they do fix it, it's gonna make a big difference. So yeah. All right, next we got another post-score takeover, power back downs. Increases your ability to back down even the strongest defenders in the post. So pretty much it's gonna help you back down opponents a lot more. So what this can really do is pretty much back people down. If you're a post scorer, you can get off post hooks or throw people off and do a post fade out of it. Like they're just going back and back and back and they're not anticipating you to do a post fade. You can get a wide open post fade off of it. Or you can just back people down all the way to the back till you get under the rim, dunk it without doing a move. Or you can do like a drop step. Or you can do a spin move. It doesn't really matter. Post power back downs is going to be very overpowered for post scores. So yeah. Next is the badge that you don't necessarily have to have, but it does come in handy when it comes to like knowing if the other team's going to miss, knowing if your teammate is going to miss. It's going to be pretty much showing you where the board's going to go and stuff like that. But like I said, it's not a necessary badge, but when it comes to knowing if somebody's going to make or miss, it makes a big difference. So yeah, man, it's a good takeover, better than the takeovers that have been on the list so far. It's just not the best takeover. That simple. All right, next. Now, this would be a good takeover if it wasn't for how people play. On this game, people like the ISO. It's not really a necessary takeover. So, like, when it comes to boxing out people and getting around box outs, not necessary. Now, on current gen, it's a good takeover because people were doing screen, pick and rolls. So, it was literally, like, a lot of free board situations. So, if you own a situation where somebody's getting a free board situation because you had to help a lot, you can swim move them and get in front of them, even if they boxing you out. So yeah, stuff like that makes a big difference. But yeah, on a game like this where people are ISOing, I don't really see how this is the biggest deal. But for people that do use screens, it can be good and useful. So yeah, it's kind of more towards the middle. It's a lot better takeovers you can go with. It's better than a lot of takeovers. That's just what I can say about it. Next is going to be stuff blocks. Gives you access and increases the ability to perform grab, swap blocks, and backboard pins. So pretty much this is going to help your interior defense a lot. It's going to make you play a lot better interior defense and be a lot more aggressive when it comes to getting blocks. And they're not going to call as much fouls. It's going to get you a lot better animations on these block attempts. So with a lot of people complaining about how much you get contact dunked, how bad the paint defense is in this game, stuff blocks is actually a very, very good takeover. Is it the best takeover? No. Is it even the best representative takeover? It's probably the worst one. But yeah. Alright, next is going to be kind of an overpowered one. Post shot daggers. Gives a large boost to post hook, fade, up and under, and shimmy hop step. So pretty much this is very overpowered because of post hooks and post fades. You know what I'm saying? All the other stuff is overpowered, but like people don't use it as much. You don't have to even get greens, remote greens. You can just time it okay, and it's gonna go in damn near every time. This needs a nerf. This needs a nerf. Only reason it's this low is because there's not that many post scores. So I would say there's a lot better takeovers because for the way you play, it's not gonna be. But when it comes to post scores, this is actually very overpowered. But I don't really see a lot of people going into the post on this game. But like really, really toxic people. But yeah, post is very overpowered in this game. Very overpowered. All right, next is going to be a takeover kind of similar to the last one, but not doing the exact same thing. This is for like actual off the dribbles. This is going to be utilized a lot more than people that's going into the post because people fade just in general. You know what I'm saying? A lot more than they just play out of the post. It's that simple. What this is going to be doing, pull-up precision, provides a significant boost to well-timed or aimed jump shots taken off the dribble. So pretty much gonna help you hit a lot more off the dribble shots. It's that simple. So yeah, pretty much simple as that. It's pretty much like spot-up precision, but for pull-ups. Not gonna be used as much as spot-up precision. Depending on how you play, this can be a lot higher. I just don't feel like people do off the dribble shots as much as they do standstill shots. And I feel like they do off the dribble shots a lot more than they do post hooks and post fades. So yeah. Next, now this could be a lot more overpowered if a lot more people was post scorers. But what this does is advance post moves. Makes it easier to beat defenders with post spins, fakes, and drives, and clear outs. So pretty much it's gonna get you clear outs, post spins, fakes, and drives. It's gonna pretty much allow that to work a lot more. So it doesn't say drop steps, but it does help. Drop steps are very overpowered with this too. So pretty much it's gonna make all your post moves a lot more advanced. Pretty simple. It's gonna help you get a lot more easy dunks. Get the defender out the way and get easy dunks. So if there was a 1v1 court, this would be a way more overpowered. That's another reason why a lot of this post score stuff isn't as overpowered as it could be, because there isn't no 1v1 court, so it's not nearly as many people making post scores. But yeah, this is actually very overpowered still. Next, the best rim protector takeover in the game, Paint Intimidation, delivers a severe penalty to every contested shot taken in the paint. So for the people that's trying to get a lot of contact dunks, if you really having a problem guarding people that's getting a lot of contact dunks, Paint Intimidation is going to be a very important takeover for you. It's that simple. If you don't get this, you just make the build wrong, bro. Especially if you're a big man and you guarding a lot of people going to the paint. If you really having a big problem with that, you want to try to get a badge or takeover like Paint Intimidation. This is going to be a very good badge to help people miss a lot of layups. Now, get dunk animations. If they do get dunk animations, it's going to make them miss that a lot. So yeah, Paint Intimidation, very, very good takeover. Next takeover we're going to go over on the list is going to be Extreme Takeover. Stonewalls ball handlers into more forced stops, pickups, and fumbles when bodying them up. Now, one thing I would like to know, does this badge make you slide? Not nearly as much. It's going to be like clamps, but like on steroids, like crazy clamps. So that's literally what it's called, extreme clamps. Like limitless range is extreme deep threes. But yeah, it works a lot better than limitless range. Extreme clamps is actually a good takeover. It actually pretty much, from what I've seen, it makes you pick up your dribble every time almost. So no matter how high your ball handler is, it pretty much gonna make you pick up your dribble every time. So very, very interesting how this takeover will work. But yeah, next is going to be Negative Impact. Reduces the impact of shot contests against pull-up, step back, and spin shots. So pretty much you can green any contest with this. Any contest. It doesn't matter what it is, you can green any contest. I feel like there was supposed to be a takeover like this for the Sharp, because Sharp takeover is the only one that doesn't have 3. It only has 2. I feel like there was one and they just said it was too overpowered and they took it out. If there was one for Sharp take, it would be the best, most overpowered takeover in the game, because you can already green all the way to 70%. If you can green anything, that's overpowered. Now, this is overpowered too, but I feel like people aren't going to be doing off the dribbles as much. For somebody like Ticino, this is probably the most overpowered takeover in the game. But everybody doesn't play like Ticino. So yeah, it's high on the list, but it's not the best. All right, next. This is actually a very, very underrated takeover. Advanced Gathers. Unlocks more effective Euro spin, hop, and cradle gathers and avoids jam ups. So what this does is, if you remember what Fancy Footwork did on 2K20, it's pretty much like Fancy Footwork on 2K20 with Long Athlete. At all times, you're going to be doing very, very explosive hop steps, very explosive Euros. So it's going to be like 2K19 Euros. Spin layups on this game are very overpowered already. You put that on with Advanced Gathers, very overpowered, way overpowered. Hop steps is going to be like 2K20, Euros going to be like 2K19, and the cradles are going to be overpowered. So pretty much, it's going to be automatic points. So if you like know how to do hop dunks, Euro dunks, spin dunks, cradle dunks, very, very overpowered takeover. I feel like this takeover, a lot more people start using it, it's going to be overpowered. Only reason it's not a lot higher is because I don't feel like a lot of people know about it. But Advanced Gatherers is one of the most overpowered takeovers in the game. A lot of people don't know that. Very overpowered. Especially with everybody not Euroing, but ISOing. This can be arguably the best takeover. Just not enough people use it right now. So yeah. Next is ankle breaking shots. This is pretty much how you take ankles, whether you're doing dribble moves, step backs, it doesn't really matter. Any type of ankle breaker animation you can get, you will get with this. This is the only way you can take ankles when it comes to takeovers. People might think it's one of them. The Playmaker ones, no. This is the only way you can take ankles. So yeah, ankle breaking shots, the takeover to take ankles. And with this game being very, very overpowered with taking ankles, ankle breaking shots is very, very overpowered, actually. Another underrated takeover is Easy Blow-Bys. I feel like this is getting used a lot more than Advanced Gathers. I feel like Advanced Gathers and Easy Blow-Bys. I feel like Advanced Gathers, Easy Blow-Bys, depending on how you play, Advanced Gathers can be more overpowered. Depending on how you play, Easy Blow-Bys can be more overpowered. So if you're a person that likes to rim run a lot, Easy Blow-Bys is very overpowered, especially if you can shoot very consistently. And on this game, every build can shoot. So I feel like easy blow-bys will be utilized a lot more, and it's very overpowered. So yeah, easy blow-bys, very, very good takeover. If you haven't picked your takeover, consider easy blow-bys and advanced gatherers. Very, very overpowered takeovers. I'm just saying that right now. And next, coming into the top 3. Now we're in the top 3. Enhanced jump shot contest provides a large boost to your shot contest against perimeter jump shots. This is how you get pretty much a heavily contest every single time you contest somebody. No matter how far away, even if you're closing out, no matter what badge they have on, blinders, dead eye, this is going to be making a significant difference in how high of a contest you're going to get on every single shot contest, especially on the perimeter. This is for jump shots. So if you're talking about mid ranges, you know what I'm saying, talking about threes, it's gonna make a big difference. Even if they have that negative impact, if you want to cancel out that negative impact takeover that shot creators get, enhanced jump shots. Pretty much, if you want to make sure people have as close as possible to 100% contest, if you don't want them to have the ability to green it, enhanced jump shot contest is very much needed. It's that simple. And then coming in at number 2, second best takeover in the game is spot of precision. This is pretty much going to give you a significant boost to be able to shoot standstill. And I feel like standstill is the most frequent shot you're going to take. I feel like if you're doing off the dribbles, that's not nearly as frequent. Depending on how you play, I feel like it's just not as frequent in this game. Especially in a game where people ISO a lot. Now, if you're using screens, I can see you doing phase a lot more if you're using screens. But people aren't using screens as much in this game as, you know what I'm saying, current gen. Not nearly as much. The meta right now is too ISO because everybody can do everything. You can shoot, you can dribble, you can dunk, you can even play defense. Any build. So I feel like spot of precision is the second best takeover in the game. And last but not least, the best takeover in the game, finishing moves, helps you absorb and finish through contact on layups, dunks, and alley-oops. Now, not even talking about the contact dunks. You pretty much make every layup with this. Catching lobs, almost unstoppable. And the meta right now is to get as many contact dunks as possible. So finishing moves is definitely the best one. It's gonna make you get a contact dunk literally 90% of the time. You're gonna make your layups 85% of the time, no matter what the contest is. And alley-oops are overpowered. So not only can you get contact alley-oops now, when you put this on, it's gonna make you get more contact alley-oops, and it's gonna make you finish it a lot more. Finishing moves is the best takeover in the game. It's the best takeover in the game. It's the most. It's gonna help with what you do the most in this game, and it's probably the best takeover in the game. I feel like all 3 of the slasher takeovers are arguably the best ones for, especially how the game is played right now. Because easy blow-bys can help ISO. Advanced gathers, I can see that becoming very controversial. Like when it comes to getting nerfed, I can see that getting nerfed hard. Finishing moves is just, for the way people are playing right now when it comes to getting contact dunks, alleys, and like just a lot of layups, finishing moves is very overpowered. So yeah, man, that's going to be the best takeovers in the game. That's 24 different takeovers I just ranked. If you haven't already, drop a like. Really would appreciate it. Makes it go to the recommended. A lot more people can see it. Subscribe if you're new. Really does help. I'll tell you right now, we're on this road to 100K. We're really close to hitting 60K. So I really would appreciate it if you dropped a sub if you're new. But yeah, man, turn on post notifications. Be the first to every single one of our videos. Share this video to anybody who needs help. But yeah, man, it's your boy Fitz, man. And I'm out the bit, man.
Head in the clouds, walk through the city, they taking you out. Bitches be talking, they running their mouth. A bag in the back and a stick in the couch. You know what it's about. Had to cope with all the pain, so I'm about to die, man. They say he going too fast.
Alright, before we go too far into this video, I want to make sure to go over this. Now, we were at 4.2%. We're all the way up to 9.7%. But still, 90% of y'all that are watching my videos aren't even subscribed. I know y'all mess with the videos. We finna be going so crazy, so you might as well hit that sub button. It's that simple.